Hello and welcome to the Whisky.com news on the 2nd of April 2021. And as you can see, my studio is still in renovating, and as you can see, I'm just sitting outside at our company. And it's beauty, it's lovely, but what you can't see is it's bloody cold. Yes, it is very cold here, so I'm gonna try to make it a bit shorter. We start off with a whiskey news about Laphroaig. There is a new Laphroaig on the market. It's the Laphroaig Sherry Oak 10 years old. 48% ABV, and yes, that's about what we know. Sherry Oak sounds a lot like there is some sherry in there, and 10 years, sounds like it's 10 years old. 48% ABV is what we know. Anything else is until unknown, but it should come out on the international market in mid of March. Maybe some markets will be a bit later. Then we have another Islay distillery on the news. It's Bowmore. They're starting their Timeless series with 2 new malts. They are masterpieces of whiskey from the time wonderfully crafted. I don't know what that means. It's a 27-year-old single malt in sherry and ex-bourbon casks with 52.7% ABV, and then we have a 31-year-old with a finish in Matusalem sherry butts, and it was bottled at 45.4% ABV. Both are bottled with 3,000 bottles. And to the start of the selling, they had the director and artist Thomas Vance. They worked together with him to produce a short film. Maybe we can link the short film in the description, or maybe it's exclusively sold with the bottles. Unfortunately, I don't know. So if we have a link, it's down in the description. If we don't, then we don't. Falkirk Distillery, a new distillery, begins with their production. Yes, the new distillery is a lowland distillery, and it is working where the old Cappadonic distillery was. And they have 2 stills, and they are called the Falkirk Distillery. It's a family-owned business, so sounds great. And they're producing their first new make. They wanted to be a bit faster, but the pandemic was unfortunately affecting them negatively. And then we have news from Benriach. The Benriach Smoke season is coming out. It's a new bottling of the new range of Benriach, and the smoke season is 100% intensely smoked malt, and it was matured in virgin American oak and in bourbon cask with 52.8% ABV, and it will be available shortly on the market. Also here in Germany, so hopefully I will get that on my cask. Then we have a new distillery that gets their permit. A lot of new distilleries this week. Hopefully they're cramping in, so next week I have shorter news. We have a new permit for the Glen Luss Distillery. We have already told you about that in April 2020, that there will be a new distillery at the shores of Loch Lomond. I'm not sure if we already had the name back then, but end of the year they want to actually already have visitors in that distillery, and they now have the permit for building, so it sounds like a really ambitious project plan. But we'll keep you updated. If you would like to be updated, then please subscribe to the channel. Then we have news from England. The Gefrin Distillery can now start building. Gefrin is family, and they are building the distillery in Northumberland. It's south of Edinburgh. Edinburgh is still in Scotland, and below that is the lowlands, and then comes the border, and that is then England, and they want to open the distillery in autumn 2022, so not that an ambitious project plan, but sounds really good. Next up is the news from Ireland. Teeling is bringing out their 3rd Renaissance bottling of of their single malts. 18-year-old single malt with a finish in muscat, wine casks. It's 9,000 bottles limited and 46% ABV, no chill filtration, no coloring, and will be on the market shortly. Then we go over the big pond, unlike this pond, the big pond to America, to Michter's. Michter's is releasing another barrel strength rye whiskey. I think there were more US American rye barrel strength whiskies exclusive for the US, but internationally it's the first since April 2019 with 110.3 proof, and it will be available internationally around March. Then we have news from Sweden, and there is a new distillery in Sweden, and it's called Smögen. Yeah, Smögen with an umlaut, and it is a very smoky whiskey. It's north of Göteborg, and the whiskey is very smoky and made with Scottish malt. So yeah, that's where they get the smoke from. It's made in small batches or bottled in small batches without chill filtration and in natural color. And we have already 2 of the bottlings here, so maybe we will try some of them in front of the camera. Maybe they're internationally available. We unfortunately don't know that, but the 2 bottlings we do have and definitely available are Smögen 100 proof and Smögen 8 years old in cask strength. Yeah, that was it for this week. My hand is nearly frozen and I'm also really cold, so thank you very much for watching, and maybe next week I will also be a little late. Maybe it's gonna be Tuesday, maybe it's gonna be Wednesday again, but hopefully I will make it on Monday. Yeah, thank you very much for watching and see you next time.